One, just one slide. Transfer was used in the Catholic Church.
Good. I just bought another camper. So I'm thinking about where I want to travel. In April, I'm going to go. Well, it's a 2000 road trip. Did you ever see Elaine's when she was here?
I don't think so.
Okay.
So is it the kind that the driver and the camper are hooked together, or is it the one you pull behind?
No, it's not a pull behind.
Okay.
I don't think I could manage that, and I don't
neither.
really want to buy a truck.
Yeah.
So no, it's just a big van, really. But it has a toilet in it, which is essential for me. And I go over in Chicago.
Okay.
But I've only had it a year now. So I've only driven it back from Chicago and to the mechanics.
My concern would be mileage.
Well, it's not terrible. It's about 16 miles per gallon. But the thing is that when you're camping like that,
You're not buying hotel rooms. Is it got any cooking in it?
yeah, it has a microwave and a stove.
Or would you rent it out?
I'd go with you.
Write that down.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I would love to have somebody that. Do you want to go in April to see the solar eclipse in Texas?
Florida.
Okay.
I am so grateful they came out with chickenpox vaccines. Otherwise, I was like so scared I was going to kill over the chickenpox.
Well, you might want to look.
When I go, is that people do
Oh, that to me is, and that's part of why I love that. Because then I can visit people without a person.
well, I
Well, I mean, I don't mind that too, but it means that I've just gotten more autonomy.
Yeah. And I carry my tent, of course, with me, and part of the time I'm gone, I'm
Oh my God.
with other people.
One right after the
And doesn't every middle school in middle school is dramatic? She's got some cred.
I'm self-sufficient in my little world.
Well, my other vehicle is a Prius.
Yeah.
And that gets, although I'm surprised, it only gets about 50 miles per gallon.
Yeah.
And my Corolla is pretty good range.
Yeah.
Right.
My second
Like people are aware.
that's mixed in my bag. It's about
This is a beautiful.
Isn't it? I love this river, yes. I've had this here for quite a while. I have actually almost made a couple different things with it. That's why it's in a ball and not versus game. But,
So what are you making?
I'm making children's sweater. That's make it in one piece. This is the bell, and this extends out into the arms, and then you can make a neck hole and do the something afterwards, and then you sew it together. So we'll see. We'll see if it turns out to be anything that anyone can wear.
Well, you'll have to bring it back so we can see the finished product. That's the color of my bedroom. My bedroom's really cold. Yeah. My second oldest daughter encouraged me not to paint it this color. She says you'll get tired of it. I've gotten tired of it. It's so relaxing. I love it.
It's fun to see how many bright colors
Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Society. We are grateful to gather on this beautiful morning, both in person and online, for a time of inspiration, reflection, and connection. Whether you're joining us this morning with joy in your heart, weighted with burdens, or searching for meaningful connections, we are glad that you are here. I'm the Reverend Diana Smith, the minister of the Unitarian Universalist Society. My pronouns are she and her. I'm a somewhat tall white woman in my mid-40s with short, curly, white and brown hair, glasses, a blue dress, and a colorful stole with hands on it, standing in UUS's pulpit at the front of our sanctuary, which is filling with people of all ages. Through the window walls of our sanctuary, we connect with the outdoors, where we can see a beautiful gray morning, making me think that I'm back in the Pacific Northwest. I've been appreciating the trees outlined against the sky this morning in particular. Today is an all-ages service. As a reminder, our nursery is open for children 5 and under if you'd like to be there, and all are welcome in the sanctuary. As we gather, we give thanks for this land and all who have cared for it over the centuries, particularly the Kickapoo, the Iowa, the Sauk and Meskwaki, and the Oceti-Shakawan nations. As people of many ages, genders, races, sexual orientations, classes, abilities, and health statuses, we know how important it is to come together as a radically welcoming spiritual community. And as Unitarian Universalists, our faith expresses our core value of love through how we agree to be together and to support each other. We're guided by the shared principles, sources, and values of our living religious tradition. And this morning, during our monthly all-ages worship service, we'll be celebrating how we create space for each other and support each other in our spiritual journeys, both physically and metaphorically. In celebration of this time of year, we have several gifts here that we'll be unboxing throughout the service to help us find out what comes next. And if you're newer to the congregation, we invite you to learn more about us after this service. For those who are here in person, you can talk to a greeter in the atrium. And if you're online, we hope that you'll find the visitor form in our show notes. Our call to worship this morning comes from Tanya Marquez, who writes, "It is a wonder and mystery that our paths have crossed, that in the immensity of time, in the vastness of space, we coincide here. I am in awe at the ways in which our lives intersect and intertwine, at the beauty we create when we gather. May our coming together make us more compassionate, more just, more caring, and more loving. May our hearts and minds be open to this offering. I am so glad that you are here. Let us worship. Let us marvel at the miracle of being here right now and the mystery that has brought us together." In our congregations, we create space for each other and each other's needs in many ways during our worship services, sometimes through song, sometimes through other elements. Jewish musician Shoshana Jebwad officially released the song that we're about to sing on the anniversary of former President Trump's Muslim ban. It's a reinterpretation of the story of Ruth from the Hebrew Bible, showing us what it can mean in our times. As is written in Ruth, but Ruth replied, "Do not urge me to leave you, to turn back and not follow you. For wherever you go, I will go. Wherever you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God, my God." This was introduced to Unitarian Universalism a few years ago, and is particularly being used in affinity and worship spaces for UUs with marginalized identities. And so today, let's sing it as we reflect on how we create space for each other. Please rise in body or in spirit and join your voices in singing, "Where you go, I will go." The words will be on your screen.
Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where Where you go, I will go. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. And your people are my people. Your people are mine. Your people are my people. Your divine, my divine. Where you lie, I will lie, beloved. Where you lie, I will lie. Where you lie, I will lie, beloved. Where you lie, I will lie. And your people are my people. Your people are mine. Your people are my people. Your divine, my divine. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go.
Good morning. I'm Kara Beauchamp, a worship associate and a member of this congregation. I am a white woman in my late 50s with shoulder-length white hair. As Unitarian Universalists, we light a flame within a chalice as a symbol of sanctuary and safety to unite us in worship and to remind us of our ongoing search for the light of truth. Please join me in saying our chalice lighting words as Xander lights our chalice. You gonna come up, Xander? Life is a gift for which we are grateful. We gather in community to celebrate the wonder and mystery of this great gift. So now let us kindle the flame of our liberal religious heritage and renew our covenant of mutual love and care. Love is our doctrine, the quest for truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, and to serve those in need. This we covenant with life and one another.
So there's something that ministers sometimes say about worship services. We say, some weeks we sing your song, some weeks we sing my song, and some weeks we sing another person's song. Now, when we say that, we're not talking about the authorship of the songs, right? What we mean is that different people have different needs in worship services, and that part of what we're doing in worship is to give each other the support, and is to give to each other and to support each other's needs. So sometimes when we say that, we're actually talking about songs, and sometimes it's a more metaphor that we're using for how we have different needs in worship services. Now you and I and Kara and Emily may want or need different things. We may also need and want some of the same things. And we can't fit everything and meet every need in every worship service, but we do try to meet different needs on different days. And we look at the worship that we offer as a gift, as something that is mysterious and that we want to share in hopes that it will contribute to someone else's life. So even if I'm singing a song that's not my song, I know that it's someone else's song. And so I offer it and sing it as a gift to that person. And it's the same thing with other worship elements. This also comes up when we think about what different people physically need in the sanctuary, so that so that all can feel welcomed into and comfortable enough in our space. For example, I like to be able to connect with nature during our worship services. Looking out our windows and noticing what's happening in the natural world helps me connect with something larger and brings me joy and peace. And I also find that being able to see and hear from you all helps, and feel the energy that you send me, brings me connection and inspiration. Does anyone else feel that way about either of those things? Yeah. You can raise, you can nod, you can raise a hand, you can even call out if you do. All of this affects how we're able to lift up that which is of worth and held in honor, valued, or esteemed, which is, after all, what the old Middle English word that gave us the word worship means. The ways that we create space, enter into mystery, and give each other the gifts of honoring different people's needs in our worship services helps us lift up all that is of worth, the things that we honor, value, and esteem. So sometimes in worship, we sing one person's song, and sometimes we sing another person's song. Worship is transformative then when it moves and we move in it, from criticism and assessment to appreciation and trust. Of course, that's not just about what the leaders in the service do, but about what each of us does and how we interact with the service. Questions that we're asking when we approach worship from a standpoint of criticism or assessment are things like, what do I dislike? What do I like? And how does it meet my needs? What's going to happen next? Questions we're asking when we're approaching worship with appreciation and trust are things like, what can I learn or what gifts can I see in this worship experience? How do I interact with this service differently if I let myself be in the moment? How might the service inspire or be transformative for me, or help me notice something new or approach something differently or more deeply? Or who might be transformed by this service, even if it's not me? We're all doing our best, and when one of us is fed, all of us is fed. Creativity and courage are, after all, contagious. So another way we can think about what we're doing in worship is being with curiosity, noticing what's happening for us individually, and sharing that while also wondering about what gifts we can give to others so that they feel more welcomed into our worship services. Today, we're going to be hearing from members of this congregation about elements of worship that are particularly meaningful to them as we go through our service. And so, to help us begin the rest of our service and enter into the mystery and the wonder of giving that this season entails, we are going to be unboxing different elements of the service. Nick, will you help us figure out what we're going to do next?
Yes, I would. Of course I would be happy to. So you might have noticed all of these gift boxes up here. In our children's religious education spaces, we open up a box at the beginning of class. Last year we called it our Wonder Box. This year it's been our gift box. I have some friends out here today with cards with the number. You have the number 1. Can you come forward and pick a box so we know what we're doing next? Awesome. Okay, go ahead and open it up. Quick, okay. All right, our next element of service today is hymn number 1010. We give thanks. And I am inviting Tony Miller forward to give a reflection before we sing.
Hi, I'm Tony Miller. I use he, him. I'm a middle-aged Caucasian man with salt and pepper hair, the preponderance of which is on my chin. I grew up in a Mennonite church, and Mennonites have this tradition of hymn singing, usually a cappella, usually in 4-part harmony. And there came a time in my development where the words to those hymns weren't making sense to me anymore, but the music was still doing something for me, both inside me as well as connecting me to my community. And so one of the things that I really appreciate in our services is the congregational singing, which still has that power to express something that I can't otherwise, and usually the words agree with my theology better here than it did in the church I grew up in.
Let's rise. We're able and sing 10:10. The teal hymnal, we give thanks.
Oh, we give thanks for this precious day, for all gathered here and those far away, for this time we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day. All gathered here far away, for this time we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day.
Let's see if this works. Ooh, there we go. Is this working for us this time? Awesome. I've got a thumbs up from our wonderful AV team. Who has number 2? Come on forward. All right. Oh, around this one. Ooh, this one matches your shirt. That one's green, red. What do you think? Oh, we're gonna have a collapse. Don't do that. We're gonna collapse all the boxes. All right. You want to open it up and show me what's inside? Yes, you can keep the bow. What's inside? Do you want to say it into the mic or do you want me to say it? All right, can you stand up? This mic, right here.
Reflection on
Meditation.
reflection on meditation. Contemplation and prayer.
Awesome, thank you. Meditation and contemplation and prayer. I'm gonna jump off of the camera screen for just a second because I need my clipboard. Our reflection on meditation, contemplation, and prayer was going to be done by Natalie Fixmore-Arise today, but she couldn't be here with us, so I'm going to share a little bit about what she said. Vi and Natalie were brought into the UU community through their elders, John and Val Bowman, and one of the things that struck them instantly and continues to draw them in is the dedicated time for meditation, contemplation, and prayer. They appreciate a community of people committed to building a better, more just world, and the contemplative nature of service fills their cup.
So I invite you into a time of meditation, contemplation, and prayer. As we sit here together, breathing in and out, may we notice our connections. May we notice how connected we are to those trees outside. And in this time of year where there is so much busyness, where it often feels that conflict and anxiety, isolation and fear can abound just as much as the times of joy, peace, love, and connection. May we notice that we too have roots that sink into the ground, that the leaves, the trees bare of leaves, are not lifeless, that rather they are recharging, that there is renewal happening in the leaves that litter the ground. There is regeneration. May we notice that there are many meanings for darkness, many ways of interacting with it. May we notice and find renewal and peace. Amen. Blessed be.
All right. Who has number 3? Awesome. Do any of these speak to you? This matches your eyes, and this one sparkles like your watch. What do you think? Ooh, all right. It was hiding back there after that tumble. These are tricky. Do you need another set of hands? Hope you've got it. Do you want to read it? All right. Have you turn around, and I'll hold the mic for you after you get that open.
Reflection on joys and sparrows. Joys and sorrows is reflection on music.
Thank you. So we have the reflection on joys and sorrows was supposed to be David Sup Montgomery today. Thank you. Leah has some stickers for you. Was supposed to be David Sup Montgomery, who also could not be here today. So I invite forward Joe Kaplan, and this reflection on music is Vicky Seifers.
Hello, I'm Joe Kaplan. I am a tall, bald, non-binary person, currently wearing a red sweater. And I am Nick's grateful partner. I love the concept of joys and sorrows because it shows the empathy at the heart of our community, and it fosters a supportive environment. I like the way that we do joys and sorrows here because not everybody is ready to give voice to their joys, their sorrows, or their emotions. And I feel that the way we do it allows everybody, no matter where they are with their emotions, to take part in it equally.
Hi, I'm Vicky Seifers. My pronouns are she and her. The part I love about the service is the music. I love listening to Emily's beautiful voice, and I love Xingwei's piano selections. I also love to hear favorite hymns like Spirit of Life, and ones like Wake Now My Senses, which was written by a former minister, Reverend Thomas Michelson.
We take this time to to acknowledge the joys and sorrows of our congregation. We do this by dropping stones into a bowl of water, symbolically immersing our personal joys and sorrows into the flow of life's joys and sorrows. The water surrounds and holds the stone, just as we are surrounded and held by the love and support of this congregation. If you are participating in our service elsewhere, you may wish to meditatively hold a stone, wash your hands, or meditate on an object near you. And now, if you're in the sanctuary, please come forward, take a stone from the basket, and place the stone in the water as we sing together.
You start at roots.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea. Move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea. Move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea. Move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
All right. I need number 5, right? 4. Come on forward. Forward. Ha. All right. Would you like one that matches your shoes? Or look at those blue dinosaur shoes. They're so colorful. Do you need help? You're thinking. Okay. I think this blue one's really pretty, personally. Oh, all right. Oh, runaway green bow. All right. Can you pull out the piece of paper in there for me? Mom's helping. Yeah, all right. Teamwork.
Invitation to reflect together.
Invitation to reflect together. Thank you. All right.
Okay, so you've been hearing some members of this congregation reflect on their experiences of worship and things that are particularly meaningful to them. And so now we'd like to invite everyone into reflecting on our needs in worship and what others need in worship. So to start, in a moment, I'm going to ask you to split into groups of a few people. We're going to take a few minutes for an exercise. I know how much y'all like to talk to each other whenever we do this, which is awesome. So we're going to split up. Hopefully everyone got a chance to pick up a couple construction paper salad ingredients when you came in. We're going to use those to make a salad. Now, salads has lots of different kinds of things that get all mixed up together, kind of like our service today is a little mixed up, to make something that is more delicious than each thing is separately. So on each of those pieces of paper, when you're in your little groups of, 3 to 5 people, we're going to ask you to write a few words to answer each of the questions that we have for you, and then share your answers in the group. If you didn't just get pieces of paper, you can raise your hand and we can try to pass some out to you once we've split into groups. If you're online and you're with people, you might want to talk with them about these questions. And if you're by yourself, you might take some time to write a few notes in the YouTube chat. So our questions are, which should be showing up here shortly, what parts of worship services or worship activities do you enjoy the most? What do you need in order to feel comfortable in worship services? This might be things like, I need to be able to move around. That's one of the reasons we have our children's area and spaces where people can move around outside. Or, I'm hard of hearing. Or, I need to be able to read things, not just hear them. And then the third question is, what do you like to do or experience more often in worship services? So what are the things you like to do or experience a lot in worship services? So I'm going to invite you to find a few people, talk to each other, write some things down in your salad ingredients, and then bring them up to the salad bowl, and then I'm going to share a few of them. So you have, 3-ish minutes to do this, okay? Have fun talking to each other. If you have not started writing some things down, this would be a great time to start writing some things down and bringing them up to the salad bowl. Okay, this is your cue to join the crowd and start bringing things up to the salad bowl. We got to make some salad here, folks.
Granddaughters in the choir at middle school. It's fun. It's kind of fun.
All right, we have a beautiful salad that's come together. You should see how colorful it is. I'm just going to read you a few of things that people shared. I cannot read all of the salad ingredients. But things like gather with other people, with people with other perspectives, interactive activities, movement, music, the sermon, lighting the candle for justice and healing, singing, joys and sorrows, and the children's choir making music. There have been so many of these beautiful things that people have shared. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to reading them as we keep going. So thank you so much. And Nick, can you, or let's, yes, there you are. Okay.
Guys! All right, we are to number 5. Thank you all for keeping track. All right. Which one? Awesome. Do you need help? Oh. All right. Do you want to say it into the mic or do you want me to? All right.
Time for All Ages. Warm Fuzzies by Nick Kaplan. Reflection by John Rupel.
Thank you. I'll let John reflect, and then we'll do the Time for All Ages.
Thank you. I'm John Rupel. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm Vivian and Belle's father and Emily's spouse. And what I really like about the Time for All Ages is when we first came, it made me feel like our entire family was welcome. And it was very different than my upbringing in a church, and makes me feel like we're living the value of radical inclusivity.
Thank you. So there were a couple of other items in that box instead of just a slip of paper. You might see some items around the room. Some fuzzy little pom-poms. There's some yarn, some scissors. I'll explain those with our story today. So when I was thinking about these gifts that we give to others, there was a book that was a family favorite when I was growing up called The Original Warm Fuzzy Tale. This was a book written in the 70s that my father was introduced to in a couple of different college retreats. And at one point, he found one for sale and brought it home. And we still have it in my childhood home to this day. It was a story about Tim and Maggie and their family a long time ago. Undefined time. But everyone in this land where Tim and Maggie lived had a little pouch of warm fuzzies. And they would reach down into the pouch and they could pull out this fuzzy little guy with a little smiley face, and they'd set it on their head or on their shoulder or snuggle it, and they would get a surge of warm, fuzzy feelings. Warm, fuzzy. What kinds of things give you those warm, fuzzy feelings? Again, please? Laughing. When we laugh, we can definitely be filled with warm fuzzies. A warm hug. That definitely can fill us with warm fuzzies. Nostalgia. Smelling that favorite dish from growing up. Maybe hearing a tune that you knew in childhood and hadn't remembered for a long time. Those can fill us with warm fuzzies. So many different things in our world can fill us. What? String. Okay. Being able to create. All sorts of things in our world can fill us with warm fuzzies. Well, in Tim and Maggie's world, they had these at the ready all the time in a pouch on their hip, maybe around their neck, and they could give these warm fuzzies anytime anyone asked for one. They would be able to give out a warm fuzzy and get one in return. Except one day, someone came and tricked them and said that they were going to run out of warm fuzzies. So then people started not wanting to give away their warm fuzzies. They were only sharing their warm fuzzies when they really thought it was a good idea, not just whenever anyone asked. What do you think happened to the people when they stopped giving warm fuzzies away?
They became evil.
They became evil? That's a little to the extreme, but yeah, they didn't feel warm and fuzzy anymore. They started feeling angry. They started being in pain more frequently. They started being mean to each other. They didn't feel very good because they didn't have enough warm fuzzies. Until they realized that warm fuzzies aren't something that we can run out of. We can always give this gift to somebody else to make them feel good. We have an infinite supply of warm fuzzies to give. So there are little pom-poms around the room. I encourage you to slip it into a coat pocket, a bag, whatever it is that you might have with you, just as a reminder that we have these warm fuzzies in our life and that we have enough to share. There's yarn and string if you want to make your own pom-pom around the room. That's a great way to keep listening, is to do something simple like that with your hands. So you can just wrap it around, tie a knot, and then use the scissors to cut the end to make your own little warm fuzzies. And then you can gift them to somebody else who needs to feel warm and fuzzy. All right. This is going to be confusing now because I just talked. But now I need number 6. Who has number 6? Is that you, Belle? No? Mom and Dad say it was you. Do you want to come open a box, Belle? And then get some stickers? Mom's here to help. No? Yes. Okay, what a perfect idea. There we go. Oh yeah, there we go, teamwork. Yay. All right. And then come here. All right, thank you. I'm gonna borrow that now, and Leah has some stickers for you. So for those of you who couldn't hear John and Belle, next we have our reflection on readings, which I'm going to be doing, and then Kara will be saying sharing a reading for us, an excerpt from This Here Flesh. I love the opportunity, especially when creating a service, but even in this opportunity when we have our bibliographies and all of that, the readings are such a wonderful opportunity for us to make sure we're hearing from a variety of voices. That sounds really funny coming from me after having just been up here 3 times in a row talking to you. But I love that the people who come forward every Sunday share a lot of identities. And the readings are an opportunity for us to make sure that the people represented up here are much more diverse and from different backgrounds with different thought processes. And I really love that opportunity.
So our reading is an excerpt from This Here Flesh by Cole Arthur Riley. Wonder includes the capacity to be in awe of humanity, even your own. It allows us to jettison the dangerous belief that things worthy of wonder can only be located on nature hikes or scenic overlooks. This can distract us from the beauty flowing through us daily. For every second that our organs and bones sustain us is a miracle. When those bones heal, when our wounds scab over, this is our call to marvel at our bodies, their regeneration, their stability, or frailty. This grows our sense of dignity. To be able to marvel at the face of our neighbor with the same awe we have for the mountaintop, the sunlight refracting, this manner of vision is what will keep us from destroying each other.
Number 7. Oh, number 7, Maria! Yep, thank you. Did anybody else's brains go to West Side Story? Thank you. All right, Maria, which package would you like to open? Go ahead. Do you want to share or do you want me to? Awesome. Actually, me. Okay. So next will be our offering and a reflection on music by Phil, and then our offertory by our amazing choir.
Good morning. My name is Phil Beck. I'm a white male on the verge of turning 70 with light gray hair, and I'm wearing glasses. And before the choir performs during the offertory today, I'd like to take a moment to sing the praises of music. I have been asked to speak briefly about my favorite part of the service. Of course, I like all the parts. But what stands out for me and gives me particular pleasure are the musical interludes. I think we are extremely blessed as a congregation to be treated to such great music on a regular basis. The selections are creative and wide-ranging, from classical to popular and so much in between, and always the performances are of such high quality, from the choir, from the soloists, piano accompanists, and from the many guest vocal and instrumental artists that we've had over the years. Many different people have filled those roles, but the level of excellence never seems to vary. Every music director that I've seen since I joined in 2008 has taken great care to make the services into little mini concerts. So I would like to thank all the musicians, past, present, and yet to come, for lifting our hearts and spirits with their musical gifts, and for making music such an essential and joyful part of these services. Bravo.
How we give, what we do with our lives, our time, and our resources is a reflection of our values. In response to the abundance we are blessed with every week, this congregation donates generously to organizations in the community whose work aligns with our values and principles. Our community partner agency this month is the Free Dental Clinic, which has served the local community for over 50 years. Dentists, dental students, dental hygienists, and dental hygiene students volunteer to provide exams, treatment plans, cleanings, fillings for cavities, and simple tooth extractions for adults and children who would not otherwise have access to care. In the sanctuary, the ushers will collect the offering, or you can follow the instructions on the screen for how to give online. All cash contributions go directly to our community partner agency. In addition to assisting our community partner, you may contribute toward your pledge to our society, or can contribute to the congregation to provide additional support for our ongoing expenses. You may also contribute by check, using the memo line to designate the purpose. The offering is a sign of commitment to this free congregation, which is completely supported by the generosity of those who join with us. As we give and receive the offering, may we be transformed by our giving, and may the world be transformed by our gifts.
All right, number 8, our birthday friend. Come pick out a box to open. That one's your favorite. Awesome. If you need help, just let me know. Oh, you've got it. What do you see on there? Do you want to say what you see?
A candle.
Yeah. So we have our reflection on the chalice lighting and our lighting of our Advent candle. Thank you. Nice job, Vivian.
Hi, my name is Kezzy Walker Cecil, and I'm a member here at UUS. I am a tall white woman with red hair and glasses. Hello, hi. So Nick asked me what my favorite part of the service was, and I was like, I don't know. I like a different thing every Sunday. But the thing I like most consistently the most is probably the lighting and the extinguishing of the chalice. I've always been a really big fan of liturgy and the call and response part of that kind of a service. But there's particular words and phrases from the chalice lighting words that we use that really resonate with me every time. The quest for truth is our sacrament. That little phrase has this blend of nerdiness and mysticism that just speaks to me. I love it. The last part of the extinguishing the words always feels like coming home. The light of truth, the warmth of community, and the fire of commitment, all these we carry in our hearts and in our minds until we are together again.
This is the third Sunday of the Christian season of Advent, a time of practicing expectation for the sort of miracle that ruptures what we think is possible. The season of Advent celebrates light as the days darken in the Northern Hemisphere and shares a ritual lineage with Jewish celebrations of the miraculous light of Hanukkah and pagan celebrations of the coming of the winter solstice. For some, the waiting we practice this month is for the birth of Jesus. For some, it is waiting for the light of Hanukkah. And for some, it is waiting for the longest night and the rebirth of the sun. And so December becomes a holy month of waiting, a pause of anticipation and mystery. The Sundays of Advent traditionally carry different messages. The first one carries a message of hope, and the second one carries the message of peace. Today, the message is about joy. You may have noticed that in this service. One way we can find joy in our world is by noticing the ways that people are helping each other make their lives and this world a better place. As we light this candle of joy, we celebrate the joy of helping other people. As I light this candle, let's hold a time of silence. Patience, patience. I really want to light the candle of joy. A different. Go, don't hurt yourself.
So many mysteries and joy throughout this whole service, huh? I need number 9. Number 9. I think my friend who had number 9 is very not happy. I might have heard him out in the hall. So, we're... Oh, good! Yay! That wasn't you unhappy out there, was it? It was. I'm sorry. Do you want to open up one of our boxes? Do you like this one or this one? Oh, nice job. Do you see what that picture is? What are they doing?
It says Children's Choir Reflection. Children's Choir Deck the Hall, and Children's Choir Let There Be Peace on Earth.
Thank you. These are for you, Cruz. Thank you. So I have, yep, you're gonna come forward. Thank you, friend. I'm gonna put this mic in this spot and you can give your reflection from here. And then my children's choir friends.
My name is Daria Urielson, and the reason I love kids choir so much is because it brings me joy and happiness. It also brings the people who watch us joy and happiness. When I sing, it gives me a spark in my body that feels good. Dolls of boughs of holly, la 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 la. Dance the beauty, jolly, fa la 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 la. Oh no, gay apparel, la 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 la. Jolly ancient yokes and tails, la 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 la.
Nice job, everyone. Thank you. All right. I have a friend in the Commons with number 10. Come show me what's in this last box up here. Not this one. That one. Do you want to read it?
Reflect the world of giving.
Where? Oh, can you read that part?
Sermon, reflection.
Wonderful, thank you. So if I can have Sue. Oh man, you're fast.
I'm Sue Can. My pronouns are she and her, and I think it's entirely unfair that I have to follow Vivian and the children's choir. I enjoy the homily. The homilies are timely, well-researched, thoughtful, and delivered with grace. They give me something to think about as I go about my week.
So this weekend, I had the privilege of experiencing, hearing about, and witnessing many of the small miracles of giving and the wonder and joy that comes from it, especially for the giver. One of them was a performance at the Riverside Theater, where we heard in part the story of a man who was unexpectedly asked to move out of his comfortable role to volunteer to visit and share gifts with sick children at a hospital. Another was the gift of a puppy that helped a child grow in confidence and love, and the gift of a kitten that gave an older woman companionship. Another of those small miracles of giving that I witnessed this past week was the gift of two people who had their own troubles listening to someone anxiously waiting for a family member who was having a sensitive medical procedure. There was the gift of warm fuzzies that we heard about earlier, and the warm fuzzy sitting in my pocket right now. And last night, attending the LGBTQ choir of Eastern Iowa, there, I heard people giving their voices and their stories to helping us notice how we can share the many aspects of darkness and of light, and thus find some easing for the burdens that we carry. As I listened in the company of my queer and my straight family and friends, I heard how in giving we create spaces to build more joy, peace, and love. As I've received these gifts the last few days, I've appreciated the wonder we find when we share, when we open our hearts to each other. And I've noticed how it takes having an open heart to truly receive the gift of another's presence, of another's heart. The other side of that is that when we're feeling angry, resentful, hurt, or even very anxious, we can so easily close our hearts and not receive the gifts that we're being offered. Which brings me to the gift of some questions that a colleague gifted me this week as we were thinking about the world and our role in it. She asked, what will save us? What is this faith of Unitarian Universalism saving us from and for? How does cultivating or growing wonder and the spirit of giving help us save ourselves and each other? I see this faith, which is grounded in universal love, regularly saving people from harm, depression, negativity, despair, isolation, exclusion, individualism, and discrimination. I see this faith and the universalist love that we seek to embody, helping us find ways to save ourselves and each other by helping us live our faith, live love out loud, fully and fiercely into the world. I witness us working to widen the circle of love and justice, building a circle of beloved community here and in the wider community. I witness us sharing, giving support to each other, and leaning into vulnerability of the new and unknown. And I witness us doing the hard work of opening our hearts to hear one another, even when we disagree, even when we've been taught to minimize another. And as I do, I witness the joy and wonder of giving, of a saving faith. So may it be. Amen. Blessed, blessed be.
Nurturing gratitude, giving, and how we understand and express interdependence is part of how we live into our Unitarian Universalist faith. May what has been shared today help us more fully affirm our interconnection and live into love and justice. Although this is an all-ages Sunday, because of the congregational meeting, which was supposed to start at 11:15, which is the current time, we will not have our standard all-ages religious education. Instead, we'll have a very short coffee hour, and then in the fellowship hall, Nick Kaplan will be leading activities for children and youth whose parents are staying for the congregational meeting. We encourage all members to attend the congregational meeting. The nursery will also remain open through the congregational meeting. To close our service today, please join me in saying the words for extinguishing the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. All these we carry in our hearts and in our minds until we are together again.
As you go out into the day ahead and the week ahead, may you go listening, noticing what helps you make meaning and what helps others make meaning. May you go sharing warm fuzzies, making salad, and living love ever more fully and fiercely into this world. Amen, and blessed, blessed be.